Welcome. My name is Kel. I'm starting a YouTube basically about my chess progression and me playing a ton of chess matches and learning the methods behind it and getting better and better. And I'm really starting to enjoy chess more and more as I play it. I started playing chess about 2 years ago. Started taking it more seriously within the past 8 months. Started off as a 400 8 months ago. Now I reached 1,000. You guys do the math, but I feel like it's a pretty good progress. And I've elevated my skill set very fast, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the journey, and I'm learning a lot. And it's a very fun game, and it's just very enjoyable. My goal is to keep uploading, keep progressing, reach 1100, 1200, 1300, 1400. Eventually, I might see me out in Russia playing Moscow or something. But I actually plan on doing my first chess tournament this summer, and I don't play as much as I should, or else I would probably be a higher rank than I am now. But with this, hopefully, this will influence me to study more, get better more, learn more in-game tactics, middle game tactics, learn more openings, and yeah. So, excuse me. This will be my first time actually explaining what's going on in my head as I'm playing chess. If you get confused for the first couple of videos, let me warm up. Let me get there. Okay, let me get there. But as of now, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's have some fun and let's get down to it. All right, let's get this show on the road. As you can tell, your boy has been playing a lot of chess. 154 days streak, man. I've been on the roll. Unfortunately, just like any other competitive person, I've been stuck. Highest I got is at 1,030 as a rating, and I've been dropping from 1,030 all the way down to 1,008 or 1,002. But I've been staying at the 1,000 mark. Last night, I might have attempted to record while playing, for gimmicks, and I got destroyed. Look at this. The game history speaks for itself. One, two. I consider a draw a loss at this point. 3, 4, 5. 1.1, 6, 7, 8. Well, okay, 7 losses. So it was a rough night. I dropped massive ELO. I would say one of my issues is I do get pretty frustrated and angry, especially when you play against people you can beat, and it's really your fault. So we will continue to be better and keep it moving. Needless to say, let's go ahead and start with our first game. What I would like to tell you guys is I've been practicing only 2 variations, 2 openings per se. One is for some odd reason one of the most annoying ones people hate to go against, and that's for white. And one of them I would consider pretty renowned as a solid opening. Right now I'm playing black. I thoroughly enjoy playing the Caracon. Alright, so this is my first time, talking while I'm playing, so I'm trying to get the hang of it. So I'm trying to focus, but also let you guys know what I'm thinking. Alright. We're going to bring my C bishop out to F5. Control this diagonal. Go ahead and get my bishop active. It's covering 4 squares. I can't really bother it right now. think I've seen this opening before. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm gonna just keep playing regular modern chess opening rules. Get my pieces active. So he brings his knight. Okay, he's attacking my bishop. Which is fine. He can attack my bishop, but as he's attacking my bishop, he is leaving my pawn open. Everything looks good. Looks good for me to go ahead and take. I hate I'm a 974, man. I was just in the thousands. It's kind of pitiful. For me personally, I don't like it. Assuming he's gonna bring this pawn down to G4. If I go here, he takes, I take, right? So we're gonna bring that into action. Think about raising out my my H pawn, putting it on H6 to give my bishop some safety. And I think I might, because if he goes here, I take. If he goes here, I take. If he goes there, what's his thought process with that? I might just go ahead and do that. Just for insurance for my white bishop. And my insurance for my white bishop may be gone. Just like that. And what am I thinking? Can he do anything harming me? I don't think so. Might have a crazy tactic. I'm gonna put my knight on E5. I'm always doing. Why am I? Okay. I know each piece when you're moving it should be protected. You know what I mean? At least you know what you're doing per se or exactly. Okay. I think he's messing up. He brought the queen back to guard this pawn. I'm gonna check him. He has to move the king. He's not gonna take with his queen. Then I'll just take my bishop, and I'll be winning at that point. I sound like chess with Akeem. So I'm gonna go ahead and take, cause why not? He's in check right now. My knight is attacking his king. Oh, tricky stuff, ain't it? Is there a way I could capitalize further on this right now? Really don't think so. I think the best route for me to go is if I go here, if I could take, I will take that. Take that, check him again. Sweet chin music. He could go back here, right? Ooh, you're nasty, boy. I might have something here. His king is in direct line with my queen. I might actually have something here, but let's see where it unfolds at. He's gonna take my white bishop, or at least he should, I would imagine. If he doesn't, I'll bring it right back. He goes there, and I will go here. My knight's guarded by the pawn. Not exactly sure where I'm going with this, but I do got momentum. So I guess, you can't really be too mad at momentum per se, right? I need to get my my black bishop active. I will say that. I will say that is a very needed piece. So my thought process is I'm gonna put my knight on E4. He's gonna take with his white knight on E4. I'm gonna take with my pawn on D5. He's gonna take with his queen. I'm gonna open up the file for my queen. Check him right here. It won't be checkmate because he'll just go right here, right? Correct. If If he goes right there, my queen's here. That leaves you naked. I don't know if it'd be worth it at that point, right? Would it be worth it? I'm thinking too much. I got 5 minutes. This is also one of my issues. Let me not try to think. Let me bring you out. What's your thought process? Okay, so he does that. He takes. Then what I could do is just to capitalize. What I'm doing. Take. Takes with queen. Oh man, I didn't see that coming at all. Once you think you know it all, you really don't. I gotta take. He could bring his rook on this file though. The bright side of things is his king is severely naked, unprotected, whole 9 yards, right? So what we're gonna do is move my king right here. I mean my queen right here. As soon as that, we got 4 minutes left. I'm about to chop it up. I'm about to chop it up a little bit. Intriguing. Because then I would just check him, per se. But which way is the best way to check him? Why would he do that? I'm not worried about that. Okay. He doesn't really have any motion. No motion at all, buddy. At least I don't think so. Oh man. This game is something else. So what we're gonna do is push this pawn up. Can't do anything about that. Right? Push pawn up. I'm gonna take my pawn. He's gonna take back. I have a direct line with my black bishop that's not even active, but it's about to get active in the field, and I freaking love it for that. I love you for that, black bishop. My beautiful black bishop. Love you for that. Because if he takes, hell, if he doesn't take, it's still guarded by the bishop. So I see he's playing very conservative. I admire that very well. But what's the best way for this target? So I really need to do something. Alright, move you up here. Check with my queen. Let me tighten up. Let me stop talking. Because it's already 3 minutes. He has 7 minutes. He has over 4 minutes ahead of me. It's just a problem that I tend to have. We'll check him here. Let me zone in. Check him here. I can still castle. He's gonna do that. That's intriguing, right? That is intriguing. It's an intriguing concept of his doing. And then he could just do that as well. Well, then I'll just do this. One smart cookie you are, aren't ya? One hell of a cookie. It's a cookie eater. Cookie monster, actually. I should just take. I'm already up pieces. Don't be greedy. Sam, I am. Wappa beam, wappa beam. Damn, I hate when they actually have motion. Like, what do I do now? Need a castle. If I castle, my king's here. He'll go here. Is it too late to castle? It might be too late to castle. He wants me to castle because he's going to take right there. He wants me to. He wants me to. wants me to. So we'll get the tag right here. It's so many variables. So many variables. He couldn't move his queen on top. I got a minute 39 seconds left. And I promise you the review's gonna be like, you were playing at such a high level and then you still sold the bag because you're just a big fat idiot. And if I go here, where would he go though? Where would he go? I just need to stop thinking. I need to go ahead and protect my piece. That's for sure. Oh, this is trouble, bro. Oh, this is trouble. I got 57 seconds. Can I do anything with this? And it's not looking like I can. Magnus Carlsen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is he thinking about? He's gonna take that pawn. He's gonna take that pawn because he's a dirty boy. I need to roll this. I need to roll this pawn up. I need to roll this pawn up. Ooh, that would be a marvelous idea. Not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, I'm selling. I hate losing games like these. I do hate losing games like these. Okay. He's gonna take. He has to take. Right. Oh. If he does take. Take it. Take it. Oh, I hate losing games like these. 11 seconds, 11 seconds, 11 seconds, 11 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 2.2 seconds. Oh. Bring me my money. That was insane. Oh my gosh. You should feel how I could feel the electrons in my brain. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. That was a very Holy cow! How do people not turn up in chess tournaments from situations like this? Like, how do you not? Jesus Christ! Alrighty, so this is gonna be the review of the game that you guys just went through with me. Very hard racing, very eventful, very exciting game. I'm excited to tell you guys my thoughts, my methods, and how I was able to come out with that win. Thank God. Let's get into it. See the method of the madness. Hit start review. Actually, let me go back to. Alright, so to show you guys my percentages and everything else like that. So my accuracy was at a 77.1. I had a lot of accolades and the best move. Department, a couple of great moves. Can't say so myself, you know. And no blunders, thank God. No mistakes. No misses. A couple mistakes and a few inaccuracies. But I had a 92% opening accuracy and I had a 70.8 middle game. It's not too shabby, especially for a player like me. I played at a 1400, which is lovely. Those are the goals I'm trying to hit every game. I'm trying to play at least at a 1400. You know, it's good to play over my current rating, but I want to play way above those means consistently. So hit the start review. Let's see what we got going on here. So he starts off at E3. It's a common book move that a lot of chess players do. I'm more of like an E4 type of guy if I want to play like a basic system. So we continue. We're developing pieces. I'm playing the Carol Khan. I developed my bishop. Don't want to lock my bishop in because I like to open up my E pawn to E6 and get my black bishop active. So we're gonna push my white bishop out. He brings out his dark square bishop. I bring out my knight. We continue. As we continue, as you can tell, he had a piece defending his pawn. I recognized that within the game, and I was thinking about it for a while. My time should drastically change, and I was thinking like, does that harm anything? Is this a good move or not? A lot of times when you get in the higher levels, players will purposely leave a piece open to exploit another weakness of your positioning. So I like to think about it. If sometimes you just overthink it and realize the players you're playing are just as good as you, and I forget as well. So I go ahead and take the piece. As you can tell, it happened at 9:07. My time changed at 8:45. I go ahead and take the piece. I'm feeling really good with my position. We continue on. I want to develop my knights a little bit more. Looking to aim for the center of the board. Get my knights pretty close to each other. It gets really tricky, I like to say, when knights are really close to each other, because they're not just one is attacking multiple squares. You have both attacking multiple squares. So now the point is to think, where can I move my pieces? And they already moved the queen out pretty early. So with that being said, they have to be cautious where the queen could be at, because it could be trapped, depending how well they play it. We continue. I noticed that my white bishop is obviously weak. I do not want to sacrifice my white bishop because I took a pawn. That's not a good exchange. So I'm going to go ahead and push up my H pawn up to H6 to have insurance to bring my white bishop back. These are my thought patterns right here. And then he locks me and I'm in jail. I'm in prison. I got caught. It is what it is. But fortunately enough, I got a couple of friends that might be able to bail me out. So I'm thinking now at this moment is to let's see what my next move was. Okay, yes. So that was what I was thinking about. I was thinking about moving my knight. Not only is it putting pressure on this piece, it's also putting pressure on the queen as well. So further on, he moves the queen. No biggie, and he's attacking my my white bishop. So in order to help my white bishop survive this a little bit longer, my goal is I see a check coming. That's a free pawn for me. So go ahead and take. There's a check. He can't take with the queen. If he takes with the queen, I take back my white bishop. So he has to move the king. I'm assuming the king's gonna move here, which I was correct. So the king moves there. Now my white bishop is completely lost. Sorry. I'll make sure to tell your friends about you. And then now I have to think, okay, cool, I done made the move. I have to make the most out of my next move. Thought about it a lot. I know my white bishop is lost. There's not much I could do about it. Not much squares my white bishop can go to, except for here. But then it gets taken by the knight itself. Or I could go here, but it just feels like a wasted position right there. And I'd much rather have my knight. So in order for me to capitalize as much as I can, I'm going to go ahead and take with the knight. Great move. I know what I'm talking about. And then he's going to take back. I want to say back, but he's going to take my white bishop. Because he needs something out of it too. Out of the exchange. So he's taking that. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and bring my knight back to safety. My knight goes back to safety. Further along, he moves his queen back. So obviously he has some sort of game plan. His queen's been going back and forth from that area. He really wants it there. Not exactly sure what he's thinking. You know, his queen can go here. His queen can go here. His queen can go here. And you know, every piece is defended currently at the moment. I'm really digging my position right now. I'm really digging it. And now I'm thinking, what's the best way for me to really open this guy up? So we hit next. Move my knight here. It's inaccuracy, but my thought process, and I said it in the video as well, was he's gonna take here. I'm gonna take. He's gonna take here. Oh, he's gonna take here, right? Then I'm gonna take here, right? And once I take there, it's threatening his queen. His queen's gonna take back, and then I can move my queen here. Shortly realize there's not much momentum after that. It's not much of a trap. It might not even be worth it at the current moment. So we continue. I did not read that at all. So he takes with that white bishop. Now I have a decision to make. I have to make the most out of it. I think it's very important when you get in positions like these, is you have to make the most out of a lot of your stuff. Okay, you got to make the most out of it. So we further along. I take back with my not take back, but I take with my knight on his knight. And I like to call this a little teaser move because he didn't have to. He didn't have to take back with his king. He could have moved his white bishop or did something else, but he wants to get his too. What the young ones say, they want to get their lick back. You know what I mean? So he's gonna get his lick back. So he's gonna take that. Cool, great, and I'm gonna win the exchange because I'm taking back with my d5 pawn. Goodbye, white bishop. Take back. And at first I thought he would take here. I had a feeling he would move his knight over. But I figured he would take back here first. But that seems like to be the best move. I'm assuming because this pawn is no longer a threat. It's just already wasted. It can't move any further. It's already being blocked by the king. It's going to be grabbed eventually. It's useless right now. So why not activate another piece? It's an open file for rooks. Those are the principles. You want that. So I'm thinking about moving my queen to safety. I move it here. We continue. He takes. Now I was kind of stuck with this position right here because I'm thinking like, oh, cool. I could just check him, right? Checking somebody is always a great thing to do, but once you start to play people at higher levels and different thinking patterns, there's a difference between a check and a is a good check. I would like to think. We got to make it worthwhile to a certain degree, whether it helps you get in a better position or it puts the other person in a worse position or weakens their king position. And I didn't really see it being worthwhile me checking here, because let's see what the agent says. If I check him here, like, what more? He's gonna move it. If I would have went, go back. If I would have went here, what does the agent say? He just would have moved it in the same position. Like, it just would have been a waste. And then my queen, it just wouldn't have any active squares to be on it. Lowkey could have been trapped eventually, and just I couldn't move anywhere. So I'm glad that on my next move, moved my pawn up here. No, did I move my pawn up here? No, let's see. Oh, yes. I was stuck. So I was like, well, with my my idea of thinking, if I like my positioning and I don't know what else to do, push a pawn up. You can't go wrong with that. If I currently like the position I'm in right now, and I don't know what else to do, I'm gonna find a pawn to push up. So push the pawn up. He brings his king back. That's when I decided to push this pawn up. Now my thought process behind that is because this pawn is going to be trapped. Well, not trapped, pinned. Therefore, I can just take. He's going to take and just weakens his pawn structure a little bit more. And take some pieces off the board. I'm already up a piece. So just really trying to make some movement here. He goes there with his knight. I take. And instead of him taking back, he pushes down below. Smart guy, genius move. He doesn't want to ruin his pawn structure. Now he's utilizing my black pawn for defense for his king at the same time. This guy's no rookie, I'll tell you that. So I continue. Inaccuracy move, telling me I should push my bishop here, which it would have been protected if I would have did that. And even if he did take, I'd take back. But I just really, I guess, like I said earlier, I like my position, so I'm going to push a pawn up. Also, my thought process was I push this pawn up, I could check the king again, get some more movement, gain more movement on it. So, boom, I check him, still inaccuracy. It just said I was better off developing my bishop in the center. I guess I'm not that elite yet. And we continue. This is the move I really liked for this guy. I really like the fact that he pushed his rook down to block the check. Because if I take, he takes back. The agent wanted him to sacrifice his queen because he's already down a piece, just to even things out a little bit. And I'm not exactly sure what I would have did if he would have did that, to be honest with you, because my time's low. And I'm not looking to sacrifice my queen when you have darn near 4 more minutes to me. I need something quick and easy for me to end the game. So it would have been more convenient for him to go ahead and sacrifice his queen, because he could just beat me off for time. He could flag me, right? Not exactly sure what to do here. So I think my next move is I push my rook over here, because his rook's already pinned. So that's it. That's easy money for me, right? Push my rook here. I'm looking at castle as well. Then he does that. Now I'm thinking like, oh man, great move. I didn't really see that coming, and it clicked in my head like, why not grab? I'm already up material. Just keep the moment and the pressure flowing. Like, I just have to make sure I stay up material and not sell the game. He grabs. And then I move my queen. If I'm not mistaken, I move my queen here. Move my queen here. It was also a mistake when I'm mistaken accuracy and mistake. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, is it crunch time. Got 2 minutes left on the clock. He has 7 minutes left on the clock. I'm thinking really fast. It feels like I'm on Adderall. Just a lot of stuff is happening. And he made a big mistake. Now, why was that a big mistake per se? I could just kick the piece, which is exactly what I did. So my idea when he moved it, I was thinking like, okay, where's his knight gonna attack? His knight attacks here, his knight attacks there, his knight attacks here, his knight attacks there, right? And even here, this is a bad area for knight. Everything's guarded. Whether he likes it or not, everything is guarded. Maybe he was just trying to activate his pieces or formulate a game plan or something, but every single thing is guarded. So why not just kick the knight back out? So I moved up my piece, attacking the knight. He moves his knight back. He wasted a move there. He just moved 2 pieces towards the end game. I don't advise that unless you have a solid plan, but it was just a wasted move. And within that wasted move, your opponent, which is me, was able to develop another pawn and keep that push going, right? So we continue. I wasn't exactly sure what to do in this moment, and I kept thinking in the moment of it, like, where can I go next? What can I do next? Is this a smart place for my queen to be? It's basically at the middle of the board, and there's a lot of squares it could go on, but also, like, I got to be careful with the knight. The knight could go here, knight could go here, knight could go here, you know, different things of that nature, but I just would have took back right there. Then, you know, you also have this bad boy here, and I can't go here. I'll tell you that. I can't go here with my queen. I could go here if he doesn't move the knight. I could go here. But I just didn't really see any squares that was really worth it, except for this square, per se. Or this square. So we move forward. He moves his knight again. And he's really making some good moves, right? And really don't know what to do in this situation. So I think what I do now is I move my queen here. Ooh, I lied. I moved my bishop. And that's not a bad idea either for me to push the pawn, but I was more thinking like it's already far away from my king, or if it ends up in a situation that pieces off the board, I want my king as close to my pawns as much as possible, but it's a little bit farther thinking. So I move my bishop with the thoughts of it's on the same file as my queen, and I'll be able to find some form of way to check him somewhere. And it also stops his king from moving on these diagonals, because these diagonals are going to be attacked by the black bishop whenever I do have to move my queen. So he moves his castle. Great move, because if I take, he takes, and then that's just game right there. So I go here. I move my queen here, and the engine wanted me to sacrifice my queen. No way in heck I'm doing that with 50 seconds on the clock. Sorry, engine. I'm not Magnus. He pushes his pawn down. Things are starting to get a little icky. I go ahead and castle, the sweet castle at the end of the game. He takes that pawn. He looks like he's really trying to strike. He has a lot of momentum here. Not only does he have his queen on b7, he has a rook on the d file. He has a pawn being guarded by the rook. He also has this piece here guarding the pawn. Like, he has such a good position. As you can tell by the review, it's even right here. But for me, as a person on the other side of the field with 48 seconds on the clock, it feels very threatening. Now I'm just thinking, like, okay, cool. He moved his queen. What is open now? Because in a lot of situations when I'm playing somebody and they move a unique piece, usually that unique piece is guarding something else. So now I'm thinking, okay, he might have just took my pawn and he moved his queen. It's a lot closer to my king, and he might have a lot of pieces aiming on the same file. But what did he leave wide open as he moved his queen? Boom. His F pawn on F2. So I'm gonna go ahead. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I did next. Was I went ahead and took, because why not? You continue. He takes that pawn, and then I go ahead and start pawn pushing at this point, because I was like, I need some sort of momentum. I know my queen is dangerous, But what's just as dangerous as a queen? A pawn rolling up the board. You have to watch out for that. It'd be a lot more dangerous if I had more than 39 seconds. I'll tell you that. But you have to look out for that. So he drops his castle, which is also guarded by his queen. This guy's making great moves right now. Great moves. I move my queen up here. So if he does move his castle, it gives me a direct line to his queen. But I'm not looking to trade at all. So we continue. He moves his pawn down. Now I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool. This is no bueno. He moves his pawn down, and he can easily guard this pawn with his knight here. He can also put the queen right here. And once he moves his queen right there, I'm thinking, like, let's say I do this, right? And then he grabs his queen, puts his queen right here. It might not like that, right? So let's say I do this, right? Cool, no problem. And then he does that, right? Cool, no problem. And then he does this, right? Oh, he already did that. But, you know, let's say I do something ridiculous like this, right? And I totally forget about it. Then he moves his queen right here. This is a threat that I'm worried about, because then I might be dumb enough to go ahead and take it, because he has my rook pinned, and it's not good, because if I take, he takes, he has a queen, and then it's a lot. It gets messy, right? So let's go back to the regular scheduled programming. Moves his pawn down. I check him. He brings that out. I roll my pawn up to attack the castle, just to put some threat of something. I got 17 seconds left on the clock. I gotta whip some out, right? He brings his pawn over. Now his pawn is rook over to attack my black pawn. I bring my rook over to attack his white pawn. I need to go ahead and get this out the game. It's very troublesome. And then he blunders. Why does he blunder? Because during the whole video, I was really hoping he would take this bait. Wanting him to take this bait, because if he took this bait, that probably would have showed a blunder as well. Inaccuracy. I would have just did that. And therefore, it just would have put a lot more emotion on my end. But instead, he did something different. He did something worse. He brought his rook up. I checked him. He went down. Checked him again. It's a great file, tell you that. He went down. And you never ever want to put your queen on the same line as your king. Maybe he saw it was 5 seconds left, so he's like, bump it. You know, I'm just gonna flag him. You know, move my pieces around. But like, that's a free queen, man. That's a free queen. So of course, boom, right? It's already checked. He's already gonna get it. And heck, they even wanted me to do this. That was supposed to be the best move. I wonder what would have happened if I would have did that. He would have did that, right? Cool. Then I would have did that, right? Yeah, he would have did that. Then I just would have, And then what? What after that? Man, y'all trying to make me lose, engine. I ain't have enough time for all that. If he goes there, then what? Little checkity check. But I wouldn't have been mate though, because he would have took there. Then this would have been mate. Then that would have been game, right? Instead, I did something even better. Player is not that good, engine. So we're on the file. He went there. I went there. I took his queen. He went there, and I checkmated him. So it felt really good. It was a very, very mentally straining game, especially towards the end. So some things just worked out in my favor, and sometimes that's just how chess is. I really enjoyed it, though. It was a great battle. He was making great moves towards the end. At least that's what I felt, especially with the time I had going on with me. And yeah. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. We may continue this going on. I have more videos posted this week, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I got 1,000 video coming out this week, probably the following day as well. showed again that I made it to 1,000. I've already made it to 1,000 before, but I went on like an 8-game losing streak. But I belong in the thousands. I'm telling you that. Mark my words. So the next video should be me making to 1,000s and staying in the thousands, and then eventually 1,200s, 1,300s, 1,400s, 1,500s, etc., etc. And you know, life is gonna be good. So thanks for watching. You know, like and subscribe. Do whatever you need to do. Stay with your boy. Comment for some tips, whatever you guys like to see or watch, and I'll do my best. I appreciate it. You guys take it easy.